Marcelo first joined Real Madrid after an $8 million transfer from Fluminense. There he established himself as a Real Madrid legend and won an unbelievable 20 trophies, including 4 UEFA Champions Leagues, being elected to the squad of the season 3 times, as well as 4 La Liga titles. Real Madrid's eccentric left-back Marcelo can easily be identified by his wild, bushy hair and array of tattoos. However, the Brazilian recently sported a bizarre Volkswagen tattoo, which left fans confused. Well, this is not the only tattoo he has, and one thing with Marcelo is that none of the tattoos on his body are meaningless. There's some story behind them. Not a lot of people know that, but today we thought we should share with you all the real meaning behind Marcelo's tattoos. But before we start, I want you to hit that notification and subscribe so that you never miss out on any of our videos in the future. Marcelo has had a pretty difficult life. His dream of becoming a professional footballer was not an easy one, especially considering his background. He and his family faced serious poverty when Marcelo was young. One of his tattoos, the Volkswagen Beetle tattoo, is connected to his childhood. He shared a very emotional and heartwarming memory from his childhood that made us understand the meaning behind this tattoo. Marcelo has since shed light on his queer body ink. He said, and we quote, "My grandfather always believed in me and took me everywhere. He did everything possible and also the impossible to see me play as a professional. And the tattoo is the car in which I always went to train. Since I have been in Madrid, the club has taught me to fight for all titles. This year, nothing changes. We want to fight for everything. We know every year it is more difficult to win the Champions League. In every country, clubs work to go higher. The challenge is more difficult," added the Brazilian. His grandfather played a huge role in making Marcelo who he is today. His grandfather traveled to different cities with him, bared all the expenses. This was at a time that perhaps Marcelo could not even afford to feed himself. He supported him. He believed in him when no one else did. He was there with him whenever he needed him. He bought him his first shoes and other football gear as well. In short, he supported him emotionally, economically, and most importantly, he gave him the belief he needed to become a professional football player. It wouldn't be wrong if I say, had Marcelo's grandpa not do all of this, the world would have never seen the brilliance of Marcelo. I wish I had someone like this in my family, someone who was always there for me too. But anyways, though, the Brazilian's rags to riches story is a well-documented one. Having grown up in the slums that is Brazil's favelas, his journey to the bright lights of the Spanish capital was no easy feat. Marcelo defines his body art as a form of self-expression. It helps him express his emotions to the world without saying anything. It also helps him remember where he came from. The world of fame and glory can easily make you forget your background, your values, your reality. But it is absolutely great to see that Marcelo found a way to remember it all. The one problem that young footballers face is that money and fame gets to their head. This has ruined many of footballers' career. Examples of such players are Nicolas Anelka, Bale Emerson, Adebayor, and George Best. All these players had one thing in common: excessive love for money, fame, and women. But when we talk about Marcelo, he knows what he's doing and makes sure that the love for materialism doesn't exceed his love for the beautiful game that is football. This brings us to the end of this video. I hope you enjoyed it. Hit like if you did, and don't forget to subscribe to our channel to know the latest stories from the footballing world. Also, let us know what you think about Marcelo's tattoos and whether you have someone like Marcelo's grandpa in your life or not. We'll see you on the next video right here on Goal Side.